Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.
Hal.
Hello, Mike, and hello, folks.
Look what my phone did. It said we're going live. Right there, my phone just dinged. It said Hal is live.
I wonder if mine did.
Well, you got to subscribe to yourself, Hal. That's an internet marketing lesson. You always got to subscribe to yourself.
Hello, folks. This is Hal with Crazy Mike, and we're back with another episode of Pest Control Marketing Live, the first and only live streaming internet TV show totally dedicated to helping PCOs and WCOs grow their businesses, get more new customers, be more successful, and make more money. So with that out of the way, how you doing, Mike?
Oh, I had a great week. I'm gonna document this here. We got moved into what we call the redneck songwriting houseboat this weekend, and I had a blast.
That's great.
Yeah, for you folks down under, redneck is an endearing Southern term. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't consider it a bad thing. Hey, listen, I got to get up there with you on that houseboat, and
yeah.
Do you have to wear a life jacket when you go to bed at night?
Well, so far we hadn't found any leaks, so I think you're safe to sleep without a life jacket.
All right, good. Hey, well, let's just jump right into the show because we
got a good one today. Yeah,
we do have a great one. We've got a great guest today from down under Queensland, Australia. He's one of my clients, has been for a couple of years, and he's got a great story to tell. But first, we're going to do something that I kind of enjoy doing each time, and that is stupid marketing blunders.
Right.
Things that people do, and I hope you don't take offense at the word stupid. That's just the word that fits, really. But the one I want to talk about today is letting our egos get involved with our marketing. A lot of people do this unintentionally. I did it at one time. And with our vehicles and our advertising to let our name be the headline of our marketing and what we do in a little bitty fine print. In other words, if you had a company called Fred's Pest Control and on the vehicle it says Fred's and then the words pest control in tiny little letters at the bottom so you can't read them. People don't really care what the name of your company is. They care about what you do and how you can help them. You're not Coca-Cola and you're not Goodyear and you never will be. So make sure if you're in the pest control business that the word pest control is huge so it can be read from a long ways away. And the actual name of your company can be small because our brain kind of works from large to small. We look at the largest words, the largest letters first, and then we read the next largest, and we read all the way down to the fine print. And if you have a letter or a magazine or newspaper, you'll see the headline is huge, and the fine print is always down at the bottom in little bitty letters. The fine print can be the name of your company because if people need pest control and they see your vehicle and they see your number, they really don't care what the name of your company is. But we want, sometimes we name it after ourselves, like our last name or whatever. The blunder here, and I see this all the time, and like I say, I've been guilty of it too, is trying to make the name the big headline and what we do the fine print. And I have a client now that I've had for about 3 years who he said after we redesigned his vehicle, put pest control in huge letters instead of the little small ones he had. And he said, several people would say to him, I've seen your truck around a lot of times, but I didn't know you were in the pest control business. I didn't know what you did. He's like, I wonder how much business I lost from that. But now it says pest control really big and the name of his company is smaller at the top. And now people call a lot more from his vehicle. So make sure that what you do is the headline, not the name of your company, because they really don't care about the name of your company. They care about what you do and how you can help them. And that's my stupid marketing blunder for today. Mike, what do you got?
Well, um, it's interesting how people will get notices of things about the internet, and they just ignore them. And there's several of these that I'll talk about, but the one today I want to educate folks about is called SSL. Now, you probably wonder, what is SSL? Well, that is Secure Socket Layer. Now, that's a geeky word for meaning that when your website connects to another person's computer, you're either going through what's called HTTP, which is unsecure, and HTTPS, which that's the difference. It'll give you a little security lock, and it means that your website is connected securely through what's called an SSL certificate. And they're not free. You have to pay the domain company or the hosting company that makes your website be alive on the internet. They will email you and they'll say you need to upgrade to secure website, and people ignore that all the time. And you go, well, what's the big deal about that? Why is that a blunder? I was getting ready. I was making a little slide because it just dawned on me. I love showing proof that this stuff is real. And I'm going to see if this thing will let me upload this little slide while we're talking. It looks like it will. If you just give me a quick second here, I want to show you what Google says about not having a secure site, HTTPS. And this is what it says. For several years now, Google has been forcing websites to implement SSL certificates. It all started back in 2014, HTTPS. Everywhere campaigns to go raise awareness of the value of a secure site. As of July of 2018, Google is enforcing it, and they flag your sites in Google as unsafe. And more are doing that. So it's a huge blunder to ignore SSL. And obviously that's what we do for our clients. We make sure that if we can show you how easy it is to see if you have a secure website. And if you don't, your customers may see in Chrome or in Firefox and all these internet browsers that even though it's not really unsafe, you don't want to be flagged as unsafe. And that's a big blunder, and it can hurt you online.
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, you got anything else before we talk about our guest?
No, I do want to remind folks that one of the best values in the world is the free book from Hal Coleman at howtogrowapestcontrolbusiness.com. I'm going to tell you 100 tips that cost you nothing but your email address and your name.
There it is.
And hopefully you'll consider subscribing to our podcast and our live stream, because we figure there's an old saying, givers gain. And we love to give to the world, whether you do business with us or not. But we hope that, like many of our clients, there's two types of folks: people that have worked with us and have great success stories, and people who haven't. So tell you what don't we do? Why don't I get out of here and you introduce the guy who did business with you, Hal, and you talk about some of the things that you guys worked on and just have fun. And I'll be in the background having a cup of my good old Joe here, waking up.
That'll be great, folks. I've been working with Daniel now, I get over 2 years, I guess. And when he first contacted me, he's down under, he's in Queensland, Australia, Safeguard Pest Control. And he contacted me and he said he was in Japan, I believe, when he started listening to my podcast. And so that just shows you how the internet brings people together all around the globe. But Daniel has been a star student. He's phenomenal. He has a great business. He is a super sharp guy. And I've got some things I want him to share with you today. And so Daniel, it's great having you on the show today. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Hal. Yes, thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. And what time is it there where you are right now?
Where we are, it is 10 past 11 p.m.
10 past 11. Yeah, well, it's 10 past 9 a.m. here. So I appreciate you. You don't go to bed early, but I know you get up early. You don't. I couldn't keep pace with you for long.
Yeah, that's right.
But you have really come a long way, and you're just knocking it out of the park with your business. And one of the reasons that you do that is because you're such a great implementer. You know, when we've been talking now for a couple of years. You've been in my program, and when I give you an assignment or a project to do, no matter how large or how small, and they're usually not large projects, but you just go right out and do it, and then you'll send me an email or we'll talk, and you've got some good news for me, and you say, you know, I say, hey, go knock on 3 doors and introduce yourself. And then you know, 2 hours later, you're sending me an email saying, yeah, I knocked on a guy's door and I sold him a $4,600 job, you know, or the taking pictures of a real estate sign and sending them you say, hey, I did that today and I got a new real estate agent. I mean, you know, so I wish everybody would just implement that. So talk about that. How are you able to just implement things?
Well, it all probably started 2 years ago with when I did come in contact with you when we were on holiday, and that's what I was looking for a little bit of change and things that we needed to implement to obviously grow and build up our business. And as soon as obviously we started doing these things, and there's always a fear associated with a bit of change, and that's what we were coming across. And as soon as we started doing these little things, like you mentioned before, probably one of the first things that we did do were the vehicles, and made them stand out and be as loud as they possibly could. And then from there, everything just started coming together. So on a weekly basis, we tried to strategize and implement at least one new thing that we weren't doing from before. And it was quite simple, from the vehicles through social media, through videos and everything like that. And it just really, really helps build up our little business into a big business here in Australia. That's for sure.
Yeah, you have done well. And you have, how many employees do you have now?
So we've got 12 staff members, 12 people, team members we have right now.
Yeah. And how many did you have 2 years ago?
So we started with around that 5.
Five. Yeah. So that's your business is just really, really growing, and you're doing. But and now you are finding that with that growth comes other issues such as employee management and staff management. Can you give some folks some good tips there on where they might go when they start needing more people?
Yeah, that's right. Well, with new staff and things like that, it's one of those things. It's constant training and education to your team. So that's one of the bit of an obstacle that we did come across, where you could say it was growing pains growing into that, because with all the stuff that we did do, it started coming to us at a very, very rapid pace, quite fast. So it's just a matter of trying to get a good team and team members around you and train them up to go in the direction that we want them to go in, because it's quite difficult. Everyone's taught pest control to do it this way or that way, and we kind of teach it our own way and set it off in the own direction so we can do it the way we want to do it. And it, from what we've been doing in the last 6 to 12 months, it's been amazing for us. Yeah.
You know what, we're gonna hold that thought right there. We're gonna go do a little quick commercial, and we'll be right back. And I've got some more stuff that I want you to comment on.
No problem.
Hey folks, it's Hal here, and I want to tell you about my personal coaching program designed specifically for PCOs and WCOs who want to grow their businesses faster, easier, and build more value and wealth for your future retirement. To find out more, simply give me a call at 770-993-0004, and I'll treat you to a free 1-hour coaching session so you can see for yourself what I do and how I can help you. There's no obligation and no strings attached.
Google Pest Control, marketer, grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.
So I just wanted to tell you, Daniel, that's when Hal and I met each other. I tell you, the way you can learn to trust somebody is how long have they held their friends? And Hal and I haven't been friends for over 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and we haven't changed a bit. You know, we look exactly like those pictures you just saw.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we haven't changed a bit. But Daniel, you know, one of the things that you do well, you do so many things well, but you have embraced this thing for other things besides making telephone calls.
Yeah, that's right.
You have learned to use it as a marketing tool, especially at videos and pictures that you use in marketing. And you know, I came up with an idea, and you were one of the first people that I mentioned it to, and the others haven't done anything with it yet. But you went right out and did it, and that is when you passed I said, if you pass a real estate sign in somebody's yard, you know, they're selling their home, just stop and take a picture of it, and then go later that day, you know, expand it so you can see the phone number, which is almost always a cell phone, and just shoot a video with your phone. Say, hey, Fred, this is Hal Coleman. I see you have a home for sale over on Johnson Avenue, and I'm in the pest control business. If I can ever help you, blah, blah, blah. Tell about you got a customer like the first time you did that, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Pretty much after our discussion, we had a bit of a chat, and we thought that was a good idea to go out, or when you had a bit of a spare time. And there was a real estate sign there, and I took advantage of it. Obviously, everyone's got a cell phone device in their pocket or in their hand, and pretty much I took a bit of a picture, and they did a little short movie to that real estate agent, just introducing myself, explaining I'm Daniel Hickey from Safeguard Pest Control, and I've just come across your real estate sign. I'd like to introduce myself, but hey, look, we're in the business of inspecting homes for termites when they're up for sale, and I'd like to be able to help you. And so I sent that off to that particular real estate agent, and that turned into a job, and then later on that turned into a full termite treatment. So it come upwards of about $5,000 worth of services for this one particular thing, just off a real estate sign and a mobile phone device. And it was our first time actually doing that, and it works very well.
Yeah, and it's not difficult to do. It's just a matter of breaking your routine and doing something new.
Yeah, that's exactly right. At first, like, I was a little bit timid or a bit worried about what this individual is going to think with me sending something directly to them. But as soon as I did it, it works quite well. They thanked me for that. They had no idea who they could actually get to do those services. And then obviously a little bit of a video clip introducing myself and the services I can offer. And we're still working with that client today. So it works very well.
Yeah, and you've got that video that you did last year, the one that you worked on for so long to introduce your company. That's on your website, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we have your website, safeguardpestcontrol.com.au. Folks, you can go check out Daniel's website and look at how has been able to use video. And are there any other video opportunities that you have found out there that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yeah, well, it's as simple as everything. We also offered late last year a live inspection service for some individual customers that aren't around, and that's pretty much going around and showing them conducive conditions to pests or entry points and things like that, which really helps them out, but then obviously gets you a level of trust like no other, because you're showing them things that no one else has shown them before. And that's another thing that actually works very, very well with any of our customers and things like that.
Do you encourage your customers to take pictures or videos of possible pest problems they find and text them to you? Do you do that?
Yeah, we simply do, because that just works out very great. And it's there. We offer that service 24/7. So if you do have anything that you come across and that might be quite concerning to you, feel free. Everyone has a cell phone device. Take a picture, send it to the office, and then we'll basically see if we can identify it and go from there. And that right there, that people just love that, because we're offering something no one else does, and you've just got their trust from there. And it's that's something that works well as well.
And a lot of people probably are saying right now, well, I would offer that too. I would let people send me pictures, but they haven't thought of using that as a marketing tool. Announce it to your customers. Tell them what to do. Say, look, you can do this. They just don't know they can do that. And any company could be receptive to that idea, but they just aren't thinking that way. And you mentioned also 24/7. Send it to me 24/7. And I know some people will roll their eyes when you said that. Well, I don't want people sending me a bug picture at 2 o'clock in the morning. How many bug pictures have you had sent to you at 2 o'clock in the morning?
None. They're genuinely all of them are in business hours. But it's just encouraging them to do it, letting them know as a company we're here to serve you and to help you, and it really does work. And then they tell people about you. It's something else that no one else is offering, and they say that Daniel from Safeguard Pest Control, and then it goes on and it works well.
And pest control in Australia is no different than it is in Atlanta, Georgia. It's just, we may have some different organisms, to deal with. I don't think you have hornets down in Australia, do you? White-faced hornets, and
Mm.
we don't have Sydney funnel web spiders here in Atlanta, so we have some different organisms and different pests, but the treatment and the service provided and the way we charge and making customers happy and keeping them for the long haul and generating referrals from our customers, it's all the same. It's the same around the world, really. And you have been an example of, like we just talked about with the camera, of taking the opportunity to train your customers. I know you spend a lot of time training your employees, training somebody in the office, how the office works, how the computer program works, training your people to follow your protocols and procedures, but we rarely spend time training educating our customers on how to help themselves and how to help us. And so you've been a really good example of that. And just taking the pictures. And you've also become a great networker over the past couple of years. You've become kind of a rock star in your community because of the way you network and your personality, and you add humor into your elevator speeches. Talk a little bit about what networking in your community has, because you weren't really doing that when we started working together. And
that's right. How networking has been a massive thing for what we've done over the last 2 years. Like how I said initially, we weren't really networking, a little bit through sporting groups that we're associated with, but now it's pretty much widespread wherever we go. The chambers of commerce, any BNI networking groups, and it's for us, I really enjoy it to get in front of people and tell them who we are and what we do. And pretty much once a week, wherever I go, I stand up in front of 30, 40, 50 people and tell them who we are. And I'm Daniel Hickey from Safeguard Pest Control. and we kill bugs. And we've done quite a good. We create a bit of a scene there wherever we go, and everyone's cheering and applauding. But networking that's something that I would recommend to anyone doing. As many networking groups as you can get into, and just getting in front of people as much as you possibly can, telling them who you are and what you do, and making those relationships, and it really goes a long way.
Yeah, it really does. And you can't do that from the office.
No.
You can't. You got to get out in the community, and as you've done, and join some networking groups, and meet people, invite them for coffee, introduce them to people, have them introduce you to people. And so I like to tell people that, your networking is going, you're a good networker when people call and say, you don't know me, but Fred Johnson says I have to do business with you. But you're a great networker when somebody calls and says, you don't know me, but Fred Johnson says I have to do business with you, and you don't have any idea who Fred Johnson is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what happens when you become a really good networker. People begin to talk about you and hear good things about you, and it's almost like they know you, even though they've never seen or met you. They feel like they know you, and that's what you're accomplishing really well out there in your community. So we're almost out of time. I told you this is going to go really quickly, but if you could give a tip to any small pest control operator, 1, 2, 5, 10-man operation out there, anywhere, one good tip, that something that you could pass along to them to help them grow their business, what would it be?
It's probably what we're talking about. Implement as many new ideas as you can. And that's simply what we have done. There's thousands of different things that you can work on, and give it all a go, and you'll be amazed by the results. There is a little bit of fear associated with it, but once you give it a bit of a go, you'll be amazed what's possible. And that's exactly what, over the last 2 years, we've done that weekly and monthly, and tried to put a new idea in place every single week to month, and it really does work. So that would probably be one of the main tips. Get out there, go as hard as you can, and implement as many new ideas as possible.
Yeah, that's great. And they don't all work. Not everything works. But if 1 out of 10, 9 out of 10 things I come up with, because I'm constantly thinking and trying to create, 9 out of 10 ideas I come up with turn out not to be good ideas, but 1 out of 10 will be a game changer for somebody. So I keep that one, and then I come up with 10 more ideas. I got another game changer now. So if you come up with 1,000 ideas, you'll end up with 100 game changers, and that's kind of what Mike and I have done for years. So we've got these catalogs of game changers, and that's what our program is about. But not everything works, and people have to be bold and not have a fear of failure, because you're going to fail. Everything you do is not going to be successful. And so learn to fail fast, as Dan Kennedy says. Fail and move on, fail and move on. And then you all of a sudden you got something that's working over here. Now you leave that working and you go find some more things. But yeah, so you've been great. You've been bold, and you're going to just grow and heck, you're going to be retired by the time you're 35 years old. Isn't that your plan?
Yeah. Well, when we signed up, it was around that 10-year goal mark, but it's coming up faster than I've ever believed. So hopefully by the time that's 31, 4 more years, possibly. Who knows?
And you're how old now?
31 years old.
So 4 more. You're going to sell a multi-million-dollar business, pest control business, and retire at age 35.
Yeah, well, we hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, because I might want to borrow some money from you at some point in time.
Hey, I just wanted to say, we're retired. Let me tell you what retirement is, Daniel. if you love doing it, it's not work. If you don't like it, you can say no. So,
Yeah,
and
right.
I love helping PCOs. So let's get to the point where you can do exactly what you love. It looks like you love pest control, so you're not going to retire. You're just going to find something more fun to do.
Well, he's an entrepreneur. Now, Daniel is an entrepreneur. He has other business interests. You have business interests over in Indonesia, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
so you're just you're just a great businessman, and you see it all paying off. You're fearless, and that's what you need to be, and that's what you are. And so you're kind of unstoppable, in my opinion. So, and I hope we'll be working together for quite a few more years. But anyway, Daniel, we're out of time here, so I want to thank you for staying up late, and because I know you get up at about 3:30 in the morning. So thank you. Try to go get some shut eye, and I appreciate you sharing your success with us today. And folks, as always, I appreciate you hanging in here with us and listening to and watching this episode of PestControlMarketing.live.
Thanks, Hal. Appreciate it. And if you have any questions, be sure to go to pestcontrolmarketer.com. Look at all the content that is there. Subscribe to our podcast. Call Hal at 770-993-0004 if you have any questions. And Hal, I think another great show. It was so great to have Daniel here today. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. We broadcast the second and fourth Monday of every month. So we will see you in October of 2020 here with another episode of Pest Control Marketing Live and the Pest Control Marketing Podcast. Hal Coleman has been active in the pest control industry for over 40 years, including owning and operating his own successful pest control business for 18 years. He now devotes his time to helping other PCOs and other WCOs double, triple, and even quadruple their businesses faster than they ever imagined. Be sure to check out his website, PestControlMarketer.com. For more information about Hal's coaching program, you can reach him at 770-993-0004 or email him hal@halcoleman.com. Mike Stewart is known as the Internet Audio and Video Guy. Since the birth of the Internet, Mike has been showing small business owners how to get more new customers, increase their sales, and grow their businesses online using audio and video, now with iPhones and Android phones. For more information about Mike's coaching program and his online training courses, visit MikeStewartCoaching.com or email him mike@internetaudioguide.com.
Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.